Mekong River threatens floods in northeast Thailand as Chiang Rai begins recovery. Mekong overflows in northeast as Chiang Rai floods recede. Floodwaters in Chiang Rai province is gradually receding, with flights at Mae Fah Luang airport resuming today. However, residents along the Mekong River in Loei, Nong Khai, and Bueng Kan provinces are preparing for potential floods as water levels rise. In Mae Sai district, several riverside areas, including Koh Sai, remain submerged due to the overflow from the Sai River. Strong currents have left many people trapped at home, awaiting aid and food from relief workers. The Sai Lom Joy Market remains under about 1 meter of water, making it inaccessible. The hardest hit communities include Mae Sai, Mueng Kan, Koh Sai, and Mae Long Kan. In Mae Fah Luang district, a landslide in Ban Hua Mae Kam, Tho Thai sub-district, claimed the life of a young girl, according to reports. Residents of Ban Doi Laam in Mae Ai sub-district are still concerned about potential landslides after 6 people, including the village head, died in a recent mudslide. The body of the village leader was recovered about 8 kilometers from the village. In Loei's Chiang Kan district, the Mekong River overflowed yesterday, flooding riverside communities as the water continues to rise. The National Water Resources Office has forecast that the Mekong River will rise by 3.5 to 3.9 centimeters between today and Monday, which could cause further flooding. Some communities in Mueng District, Nong Khai, have already experienced flooding. During a visit to flood-stricken Mae Sai, Prime Minister Tongtan Shinawatra addressed the damage caused by Typhoon Yagi, which recently made landfall in Vietnam. She thanked volunteers and military personnel for their efforts in assisting those affected. The Navy has deployed amphibious vehicles to help rescue around 300 people stranded in remote areas. The Premier also visited the first Thai-Myanmar Friendship Bridge, where mud and debris are still affecting the border area despite receding waters. Tongtan reassured local residents, promising government support for recovery efforts and expressing her personal commitment not to abandon them. She also called for bilateral discussions to resolve drainage issues caused by encroaching structures at the Thailand-Myanmar border. In addition, the Prime Minister has directed the Department of Highways to expedite the repair of a damaged bridge to improve travel conditions. Residents of Nong Khai and neighboring provinces have been warned to remain vigilant, as water from Chiang Rai is expected to flow into the Mekong River, potentially causing further overflows. While a damage assessment for Chiang Rai is still pending, Tongtan has promised to address recovery efforts during the upcoming cabinet meeting on Tuesday, September 17. Thailand plans ARI score to address household debt crisis. Thailand plans ARI score to tackle household debt crisis. In an effort to address the growing household debt crisis, Thailand's Finance Ministry is planning to introduce a new public credit rating system called the ARI score. The system aims to improve access to loans for individuals and small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, through from major public banks. The plan follows a report highlighting a significant rise in household debt, which increased from 14.19 trillion baht, 84.1% of GDP, in 2019 to 16.37 trillion baht, 90.8% of GDP, in 2023. The surge, largely driven by home and car loans, has prompted the government to prioritize debt restructuring while maintaining financial discipline and avoiding moral hazard. In addition to the ARI score, the Finance Ministry aims to enhance financial literacy and offer new savings options tailored to the needs of Thai citizens. These measures are to be implemented through state-owned banks, commercial banks, and asset management companies. Lavaron Sangsnit, the permanent secretary of the Finance Ministry, stated that the ARI score system is expected to be operational within 3 months. Unlike the National Credit Guarantee Agency, NACGA, the ARI score will provide credit ratings for all individuals, including those with no prior credit history. Even individuals blacklisted by credit bureaus will be able to access loans through participating state banks, such as Krung Thai Bank, Government Savings Bank, SMED Bank, and Government Housing Bank. Using an AI-powered system, the ministry plans to complete the ARI score's development within the next few months. This system will allow individuals to check their loan eligibility based on their creditworthiness. For instance, a score of 8 out of 10 might make someone eligible for a loan of up to 30,000 baht, helping them refinance informal debts and lessen their financial burden. Additionally, the Finance Ministry supports the implementation of a negative income tax system to offer further relief to taxpayers and welfare recipients. The system will enhance the credit scoring process by utilizing tax payment history and personal income tax return data. Looking ahead, the ministry is working on a spatial policy that will identify regional strengths and weaknesses to offer more targeted support. Efforts to address informal debt are also being strengthened in collaboration with specialized financial institutions like the Government Savings Bank and the Bank for Agriculture and Agricultural Cooperatives, BAAC. According to Finance Ministry spokesperson Pornchai Thiravaja, debt relief initiatives have already assisted 17,448 individuals, who collectively owed 812 million baht in informal loans. Loans under the PICO finance system have also been approved for 4.44 million individuals, amounting to 43.21 billion baht. However, concerns about the rising levels of bad debts persist. Sachit Boombanjadsri, chair of the Executive Committee of Nightclub Capital Asset Management and president of the Thai Asset Management Company Association, TAMCA, has called for the creation of a non-performing debt purchase fund to manage this issue. While TAMCA and other asset management companies support the idea, its implementation will require collaboration between the Finance Ministry, the Bank of Thailand, and asset management companies. Sachit also stressed the need for low-cost financing options and reforms to bankruptcy laws to help bankrupt individuals recover economically. Establishing a state-owned asset management company, as proposed by former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra, could help by offering discounts on non-performing loan purchases. People's Party pushes for urgent action on 2017 constitution rewrite. The opposition People's Party, PP, has called on the government to prioritize the urgent revision of the 2017 constitution. Formerly known as the Move Forward Party, the PP voiced concerns over the lack of emphasis on the charter rewrite in the government's recent policy statement. During the opening of a two-day parliamentary session dedicated to reviewing the government's policy statement and subsequent debates, PP leader Nathapong Ruangpanjawut criticized the government's handling of the issue. He challenged Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra to personally address why the charter rewrite is not being prioritized. If the government cannot make the charter rewrite a priority, I urge the Prime Minister to step away from her script and explain this directly to us, Nathapong said. The PP is advocating for the charter rewrite to be treated as a critical policy issue, alongside for amendment bills they have proposed. This stands in contrast to the previous administration under former Prime Minister Sretha Thavisin, who had listed the charter rewrite as one of his 5 urgent policies. The new statement from Prime Minister Paetongtarn mentioned only a general commitment to drafting a more democratic constitution without providing specifics. Thita Chianyuan, a PP MP from Chiang Mai, criticized the 2017 constitution as a political time bomb, citing its provisions that allow judicial activism and military influence over the government and the public. She expressed frustration over the government's reluctance to clearly address these issues and questioned why the charter rewrite is being placed behind other policy concerns. Thita also noted the absence of public involvement in the current policy statement, contrasting it with earlier promises of public engagement in the charter referendum and drafting process. She expressed skepticism about whether the public will have a role in the rewrite and if a new constitution drafting assembly will be elected by voters. Prime Minister Paetongtarn's policy statement, delivered in Parliament, primarily focused on enhancing financial stability and increasing state income, according to the Bangkok Post. Asia-Pacific nations confront aging population challenge at Bali conference. Asia-Pacific addresses Thailand's aging population challenge. Governments across the Asia-Pacific region is being urged to develop strategies to manage their aging populations, with projections indicating that older individuals will constitute nearly 20% of the region's population by 2050. Approximately 500 delegates from 38 countries have convened on Bali, Indonesia, for the 2024 Asia-Pacific Regional Conference, APRC, on population aging. The event, which wraps up today, September 13, is themed Reframing Aging, and is co-hosted by Indonesia's Ministry of National Development Planning, Help Age International, and the United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA. The conference brings together experts, policymakers, UN representatives, international agencies, and civil society leaders from across the Asia-Pacific. The primary goals of the APRC are to build a knowledge base on elderly care and establish a network for sharing best practices and expertise in elderly care systems and services. PIO Smith, UNFPA's Asia-Pacific Regional Director, underscored the urgent need to address the region's aging population. No one should be left behind. This conference is critical for the Asia-Pacific as we need to engage in these discussions to foster the advocacy required globally, Smith emphasized. The Asia-Pacific is aging more rapidly than any other region globally, necessitating the development of policies, plans, and strategies to address this issue now rather than waiting until 2045 or 2050. Smith called for immediate investments in projects aimed at enhancing the quality of life for the elderly. Global Aging Crisis. According to a report from the Asian Development Bank, ADB, the Asia-Pacific region is leading the global aging trend, characterized by increased life expectancy and declining birth rates. By 2050, 1 in 4 people in the Asia-Pacific is expected to be over 60. The number of older adults in the region is anticipated to triple from 2010 to 2050, reaching nearly 1.3 billion. Countries such as China, Sri Lanka, Thailand, and Vietnam will undergo this demographic shift rapidly, while others, like Indonesia, will also see significant growth in elderly populations. This demographic change will have wide-ranging social and economic effects, influencing urban planning, fiscal policies, and more. Recognizing and leveraging the contributions of older individuals will be crucial for sustainable development. Somkai Jitsakan, a research director at the Thailand Development Research Institute, voiced concerns about the financial security of elderly Thais during the APRC. People need to take care of their health to avoid expensive non-communicable diseases like heart disease and diabetes, he advised. As life expectancy rises, older adults are living healthier lives and are more educated and skilled than before. However, saving from an early age remains crucial for future financial stability. Somkai urged the government to encourage savings and innovate to improve elderly care, as reported by Bangkok Post. Cherian Matthews, CEO of HelpAge International, highlighted the role of civil society in supporting the elderly. He emphasized that civil society could influence policies, promote well-being, and reduce poverty and discrimination among older individuals. Civil society plays a vital role in caring for the elderly, shaping policies that affect them, enhancing their well-being, and working to eliminate poverty and discrimination, Matthews said. Heavy rainfall and strong winds forecasted for Thailand, September 14 to 17, 2024. Heavy rainfall and strong winds expected in Thailand. From September 14 to 17, 2024, Thailand will experience significant weather changes due to the monsoon trough extending from the lower north to the upper central and northeast regions, coupled with a low-pressure system over central Vietnam. The southwest monsoon across the Andaman Sea, Thailand, and the Gulf is expected to intensify. Weather overview. September 14, 2024, the monsoon trough will span across the lower north and upper northeast, connecting with a low-pressure area in central Vietnam. The strengthening southwest monsoon will likely result in isolated heavy rains nationwide, with very heavy rains possible in the northeast, east, and the western coast of the south. Residents in these areas should be cautious of potential flash floods and overflow, particularly in foothill regions and lowlands. Andaman Sea and Upper Gulf, strong winds are causing wave heights of 2 to 3 meters, with even higher waves during thunderstorms. In the lower Gulf, waves are about 2 meters high, with increased heights during thunderstorms. Mariners should exercise caution, avoid areas with thunderstorms, and small boats should stay ashore. Regional forecasts. Northern Thailand, expect scattered thunderstorms and isolated heavy rains in Nan, Uttaradit, Phitsanulok, Phitsanulok, and Phetchabun. Temperatures will range from 23 to 26 degrees Celsius in the morning to 30 to 35 degrees Celsius in the afternoon. Winds will vary between 10 to 15 kilometers per hour. From September 13th to 17th, anticipate scattered thunderstorms and isolated heavy rains, with wind shifting from southwesterly to variable. Temperatures will range from 22 to 27 degrees Celsius in the morning to 29 to 35 degrees Celsius in the afternoon. Northeastern Thailand, widespread thunderstorms with isolated heavy to very heavy rains are expected in Loei, Nong Khai, Bueng Kan, Nong Bua Lamphu, Udon Thoni, Sarkan Nakan, Nakan Phanam, Kon Keen, Kalasin, Mukdahan, Mohar Sarakam, Roi It, Yasathan, Amnit Charawen, Surin, Sai Saket, and Ubon Ratchathani. Morning temperatures will be 22 to 25 degrees Celsius, rising to 29 to 34 degrees Celsius in the afternoon. Winds will be from 10 to 20 km per hour, shifting to variable speeds. The period will see scattered thunderstorms, with very heavy rains possible from September 13th to 16th. Central Thailand, expect scattered thunderstorms and isolated heavy rains in Nakhon Sawan, Lopburi, Saraburi, and Phra Nakhon Sai Ayutthaya. Morning temperatures will be 23 to 25 degrees Celsius, reaching 33 to 35 degrees Celsius in the afternoon. Winds will be from 10 to 25 km per hour. From September 13th to 15th, anticipate scattered thunderstorms and isolated heavy rains. From September 16th to 19th, expect more widespread thunderstorms and heavy rains. Eastern Thailand, widespread thunderstorms with isolated heavy to very heavy rains are expected in Nakhon Nayok, Prachinburi, Chakoeng-se, Rayong, Chanthaburi, and Trat. Morning temperatures will range from 23 to 26 degrees Celsius, and afternoon highs will be 30 to 34 degrees Celsius. Winds will range from 20 to 40 km per hour, with waves in the sea reaching 2 to 3 meters, and higher during thunderstorms. Southern Thailand, East Coast scattered thunderstorms and isolated heavy rains are expected in Chumphan, Surat Thoni, Nakhon Sai Thammarat, Phat Halong, and Songkhla. Morning temperatures will be 23 to 25 degrees Celsius, with highs reaching 33 to 35 degrees Celsius. Winds will be from 20 to 35 km per hour, and waves are around 2 meters, with higher waves during thunderstorms. Southern Thailand, West Coast fairly widespread thunderstorms and isolated heavy to very heavy rains are anticipated in Ranong, Phang Ngo, Phuket, Krabi, Trang, and Satan. Morning temperatures will be 23 to 25 degrees Celsius, rising to 28 to 31 degrees Celsius in the afternoon. Winds will be from 20 to 40 km per hour, with waves ranging from 2 to 3 meters, and higher during thunderstorms. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up with the latest updates. Have a fantastic weekend and stay safe.